So Tua T got the blessing, at least publicly, in the media yesterday from his own general manager. But let's be honest here. The idea that it is a lock that Tua is starting next year for the Dolphins, that's just false. I'm not going to sit there and tell you they should draft a quarterback. But what I am going to tell you is they absolutely should consider it. They're picking third in the draft. It's not about Tua. It's about having the third pick. It changes the entire dynamic of this conversation. The Cardinals had the first pick the year after they took Josh Rosen. Guess what? They took Kyler Murray. How's that working out? You think they're in a better spot now than they would be if they stuck with Rosen? Yeah, obviously. Each circumstance is different here. You don't get to be a 10-win team and have the third pick in the NFL usually. Tua didn't play well this year. I'm not going to tell you he's a bust. I think that'd be so unfair. But when I watched him, I watched a guy that was still very unsure of himself, struggled with accuracy, and watching that Week 17 game, a game that was must-win for the Dolphins to get into the playoffs, he stunk. And he would have been benched for the third time in that game had Fitz not tested positive for COVID. I would not give up on Tua, but the people saying it's ridiculous for them to consider drafting a quarterback, yeah, it's ridiculous if you're picking 18th. Not if you have the third overall pick in the NFL draft. What if he's Matt Leinart? Matt Leinart was great in college, came to the NFL, never the same. A product of the great players around him at Southern Cal. I'm not saying Tua is Matt Leinart, but what if he is? These are questions you ask. And if you're picking third, you have the right to evaluate the quarterbacks because you're going to be in a spot where, let's say the Jets do, for some reason, stick with Darnold. All of a sudden, you're debating Justin Fields or Zach Wilson, or even if Fields goes 2, and you're debating Wilson versus Trey Lance. These are decisions you have to make. I'd get him Jalen Waddle. I'd get him Devontae Smith. Once again, I'm not saying draft a quarterback if you're the Dolphins, but I am saying this. It's not crazy to consider.